Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you to the 12th day of meditation. It's been a really interesting and exciting journey for all of us. My name is Kalwati. I'm joining you guys from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. Yesterday, we learned about the first energy center, the Muladhara Chakra. We also meditated, trying to awaken and to nourish this center. And we also foot soaked together. Today, we are going to learn about the second energy center, the Swadisthana Chakra. And we are going to foot soak again. And also, we are going to cool down the mental activity by using the ice pack together. For those of you who are here for the first time, there's a little announcement. Please let us know about it in the chat. We will make sure you are well attended, and we'll put you in a breakout room so you can catch up with everything, and so you have an enjoyable experience with us today. We have with us two very amazing leads for today, who are going to teach us more about Sahaj Yoga and who are going to lead the meditation for us. So we have with us Romina. Hello, Romina.
Hi, Kalwati. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very happy to be here.
Yeah, you're here with us for the second time during
Yes.
this course, isn't it? Wonderful. So Romina has been practicing Sahaj Yoga since many years. She lives in New Jersey with her husband and her two daughters, and she loves meditating with the whole family and foot soaking with everyone. She works for the United Nations, and she enjoys traveling, trying different cuisines, dancing, and spending time with friends and family. Romina, I know that you conducted many Sahaj Yoga programs all over in the US and in Argentina as well, in your country of origin. Tell me, please, what has been your experience, and how do people react when they come across the Sahaj Yoga meditation?
Well, it's difficult to summarize that in a few lines, but in general, my experience has been that meditation allows people to reach a state of peace. I would say that that's the most generic experience that people feel. But what is beautiful to see over time is that, when there is a depth in them being developed, as it happened to me, and most importantly, when we actually get to learn all the different tools, because everybody has issues or problems in life, but the question is, how do you do to go back to that state of balance? And I would say that that is the most beautiful thing about Sahaja Yoga. It gives you the tools, and you can, first of all, get to know yourself, be truthful to yourself, and then be able to correct it and be able to achieve that state of balance.
Beautiful, beautifully said. Thank you, Romina.
You're welcome.
Our second lead for today is Sylvia Saraswati. Hi, Sylvia. How are you doing?
Hi, hello, Kalawati. How are you? Doing
I'm
great.
good.
Yeah.
Good to have you here with us tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here today.
So Sylvia is originally from Austria and she now lives in Chicagoland. She's a freelance graphic designer by profession, but music is her passion. She plays the harmonium and she sings as well. And she also plays the bansuri, which is the traditional bamboo flute, isn't it?
Yes.
Tell me, Sylvia, how did you pick up this instrument? What's the story behind it?
After I started meditating with Sahaja Yoga, I had a dream, and in that dream,
Excuse me, can you please come closer to the mic?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
Yeah. So after I joined Sahaja Yoga, after around 1 year, I had a dream, and in that dream, I felt the flute on my lips. So when I woke up, and in that dream, I could play beautifully. And when I woke up, I still felt the flute on my lips. So I felt, okay, yeah, this is a sign I should start now learning flute.
That's truly amazing.
And it keeps going, yeah.
Beautiful, wonderful. And I know that you also teach flute, and you're still learning from your music guru, who is Shaktidhar Iyer from Bangalore, who also performed for us on Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really wonderful. It's an amazing
Wonderful.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. Good to have you here with us. And because we're talking about the Swadisthana chakra today, which contains the creativity, the divine creativity within us, we also have with us an artist today. Her name is Shobhana. Shobhana was born and brought up in Chicagoland area, and she plays a beautiful instrument, which is the Veena. And Shobhana, why don't you tell us more about your instrument and about yourself?
Sure. So the instrument that I'm holding right now is called a Saraswati Veena. And it works out very nicely that today we're talking about the Swadisthana chakra, because this instrument is also linked to the Swadisthana chakra. And it has, it kind of mirrors, we've talked about that energy inside, it kind of mirrors the traveling of this inner energy through our subtle system. But yeah, this is the instrument, and you'll get to hear a little bit about it today. So yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. We're really looking forward. All right, so let us take a 2 minutes break right now and make sure we get everything we need for the foot soak. And also don't forget to get your ice pack, because we are going to do the ice pack treatment. So see you guys in 2 minutes.
All right, everyone. I hope that you are ready with your foot soak as well as your ice pack. I have mine over here. So what I do generally, I do have like a proper ice pack container because you don't want to put your ice pack directly on your skin. You want to use either a cloth or anything that will wrap up your block or your Ziploc with ice. And then you can wrap it around yourself with a scarf or anything. I have, as you can see, something that allows me to put it around my waist. If you have pants, you can stick in the ice pack on the right side of your body. So at the level of the second chakra, where the liver is located. So you can put it towards the front, the side, the back. That's more than enough. So now I'm ready to let my liver enjoy some coolness after a full day of activity, both physical and mental. And I also have my foot soak here. Let us start by raising our Kundalini, putting our left hand in front of us at the level of the sacrum bone, and then going around the right hand all the way to the top of our head. And then we do a knot. We do it 3 times because we have 3 channels of energy. We do another knot the second time, and the third time we do 3 knots, 2 and 3. And now we're going to give ourselves a bandhan of protection, 1 for each of the chakras. So we have 7 chakras, and starting on the left side, we're gonna go all the way around to the right and back to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now what we can do is vibrate the water, which basically prepares the water to absorb all the imbalances or negativities of the day. So all you have to do is, if you put your watch facing the ceiling, you will notice that the watch rotates in this way, in this direction, right? Which is clockwise. So we're going to do 7 rounds around the water just to vibrate the water. And you will notice later on also that we can vibrate the chakras, and is always on the same direction, which is clockwise. So with that, let's place our feet into the water and let's start relaxing, but at the same time, let us continue putting the attention on top of our head. And if it is hard to do it, once in a while, you can put the right hand on top of your head to help you bring the attention. So let's start by breathing in, inhaling, holding our breath and exhaling slowly to help bring the attention within. Let us try to bring the attention to the present moment, not think what we did during the day or what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Let's give us this moment to ourselves to go within ourselves. Now let's balance the left side by placing the right hand towards the Mother Earth. You can try to practice the state of thoughtless awareness. There is no need to say anything, but simply try to be thoughtless. Just by placing your right hand towards the Mother Earth, she has the ability to absorb and balance us. Let's bring the right hand back on our lap and clear our right side by bending our elbow and facing our hand towards the back and the ceiling. Mother, please clear my right side. Mother, please allow my thoughts to calm down. Allow me to surrender my thoughts to the state of the present. The past is gone and the future is not yet here. So let's enjoy the present. Very good. Let's bring the left hand down back on our lap, always facing upwards. Now let's place our right hand above our belly button. This is the third chakra. And here we can pray, Mother, please allow me to establish a sense of satisfaction. Mother, please allow me to feel the peace within myself. Now let's bring our right hand to the level of the forehead Let's press the sides of the forehead a little bit. And simply say, Mother, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. Without thinking of anything or anyone in particular, let's simply say, Mother, I forgive. Now let's bring both the hands up to the level of the heart. And let's see if we can perceive any vibrations on the palm of our hands, on our fingertips. There could be some tingling, warmth, or coolness. And of course, there could be nothing. You may not be feeling anything yet, which is totally normal. And slowly we can start opening our eyes. So now to finalize the foot soak, we are going to grab a jar with water and we're going to rinse our feet and dry them up with a towel. Sometimes we forget the towel and one of us at home has to run and get the jar with, get the towel. Or sometimes we forget the jar with water and then somebody has to go and get it. So these are typical situations of those of us who do foot soak. Alrighty, so I am going to keep my ice pack on because it is really comforting, actually. I can feel how it's cooling down my liver. You can do so too, or you can remove your ice pack if you want. So today we are going to be talking and introducing you to the Swadisthana chakra. And this chakra is basically located in the subtle system at the level of the liver, the reproductive organs. As you can see, it is here on the screen is the yellow center of energy. And you can see that also it is located on your thumbs. So when we meditate, literally, if you feel the left thumb, that's your left Swadhisthana that needs to be worked out. If you feel the right thumb, it's the right Swadhisthana. But if you feel both thumbs, then it's the center Swadhisthana. Okay, so this is the second chakra, and it has very wonderful qualities, starting with the left side with the pure knowledge. On the right side, the pure attention. And then the center is the inspiration. It also is the chakra that creates basically energy. So dynamism is its force. And this is the center of energy where that you can see that the right channel, the yellow channel, comes out from. So I wanted to share with you a very interesting story in regards to the pure knowledge, because when I started Sahaj, and you're probably in that situation right now. I mean, you go to a course and they teach you all kinds of things. You understand some things, you may agree with some things, you may disagree with some things, and that was my case at that time. And I remember that most of the things that I would learn during the course did make a lot of sense, but some of them I just couldn't relate, I couldn't understand. And I remember that somebody recommended this to me, and from then on, I always recommend it to everybody else because it really helped me not get stuck into the things that I didn't understand. So simply, I put all those things that I didn't comprehend in parentheses, which basically means I didn't even try to understand them. I kind of put them on the side and I continued, working on my meditation. And I think that this was a great trick because, you see, when you put things that you don't understand on the side, you don't need to understand them mentally. So as you meditate more and more, you will see that naturally these things are going to be understood in a very natural, very simple way. So that's my advice to you in terms of all the knowledge that you are receiving, not only in this course, in future courses. So with that, let us start a small second meditation by closing our eyes and putting our hands open on our lap. So first we can bring the left hand to the right side of our Swadisthana, basically where the ice pack was or is, where the liver is located. And here we can pray, Mother, please give me pure attention. If our attention is pure, our actions will be too. And there are so many things that do not deserve our attention. So we can simply ask our Mother Kundalini to protect us and to guide us, to bring the pure attention, the ability to have pure attention. You can ask yourself, as a matter of introspection, where is my attention? And we will see that many times our attention is in very worldly, gross things, things that do not allow us to grow. So again, let's simply ask, Mother, please give me pure attention. Let's bring our left hand back on our lap. And now bring the right hand to the left side of our Swadhisthana, located just above the hip on the left side. And here we can ask, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. Knowledge and information is readily available nowadays, easily available. However, not every knowledge is pure. We can think of knowledge as a glass that is full of water. If the glass is full of water and we want to obtain pure knowledge, we won't be able to absorb it. We won't be able to pour it in the glass. And suppose that our body, our subtle body, is the glass. So in order to obtain pure knowledge, first we need to let all that water go. And then let the water of pure knowledge be poured inside that glass. This is the very reason why we advise you to practice Sahaja Yoga during the course, and only Sahaja Yoga. Just give it a chance so that you can feel completely the experience. So once again, let's ask Mother, please, give me the pure knowledge. And we can bring our right hand back on our lap. And now place it just below our belly button on the central Swadisthana chakra. Here we can say, Mother, please, give me the ability to create beautiful things. From ideas, to music, to dance, anything that we create, Mother, please allow me to create beautiful things. Balance my Swadhisthana chakra to create positive things. And now let's simply stay with our hands facing upwards on our lap and remain in silence for a few minutes. If your attention starts to wander, just simply say, I forgive. And bring your attention to the top of your head. While we stay in silence, it's important also to remain alert and not to relax and just let the thoughts take over or the emotions take over. So keep your attention on check If it's necessary, bring your right hand on top of your head and massage your last center of energy. And then once again, keep the attention up there, enjoying this state of silence. If suddenly you're feeling a little bit sleepy, you can open your eyes and then you can close them back again. That will also help you bring the attention within. Now let's raise our Kundalini from the bottom of our spine and move our hand straight up to the top of our head as we are moving the Kundalini through the central channel. Let's do this a few times. Slowly take your time and simply ask, Mother, please rise. Mother, please balance me. And now let's place our left hand 3 inches above our head. And let's see if we can feel a little bit of this Kundalini energy in the form of cool breeze or warm breeze on the palm of our hand. You can move your hand backward and forward, trying to see if you can feel some of these threads of energy. And then let's try the same thing with the right hand. And slowly let's open our eyes. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. So with this, we are now going to watch a talk of Shri Mataji. And then after that, we are going to listen to Shobhana, who Kalwati already introduced, and enjoy her performance of the Veena. Take care, and while you watch the talk and you listen to the music, put your hands, open your hands and see if you can feel the vibrations. Enjoy.
There has been never such confusion in the minds of human beings as it is today, as to the right or wrong. Never so much. Whatever was said, this was not good, they would do, knowingly that they are doing wrong. If they were good people, they would say, all right, this is good, we'll do the good. But everybody knew that this was wrong or right. They may do it. But today, no one knows what is wrong and what is right. Apart from wrong and right, it's much beyond that. You have to know yourself. Because this awareness is within us that we do not know ourselves. We do not know the absolute. We live in a relative world. Of this, everybody seems to be conscious, maybe in the subconscious or maybe in the unconscious. But definitely there's a feeling in every one of us that we do not know. And it's a very honest feeling. It's a very sublime feeling that we have to know something more. Now, when we say the word know, we think as if I would say, I don't know about Derbyshire, I've never been there. Now, this means what? I don't know about Derbyshire. I mean, what don't I know about Derbyshire? I can read it in the books. I can find out. I can know all the history of Derbyshire. I can find out who are the people who were making beautiful porcelain here. I can find out all about their history. Everything I can read about it. Still, why should I say I don't know anything about Derbyshire? Because I have not been to Derbyshire before. I have not been to Derby. I have not been to this area. I have not seen this place. I have not visited it. I have had no experience of this place, so I don't know about it. This is exactly what is the situation. The situation is that we do not know about the divine. We have read about it. We have heard about it. So many people have written about it. Once they know there's an inquiry about it, they come out with books. Books after books, thousands of books they have written. How many of them are true and how many of them are untrue? It is impossible to find out because we do not actually know. Supposing somebody says that Duke of Bedford was born in Derbyshire. All right, how will I know? I would not know till I meet somebody who is really belonging to that place, who knows about it. In the same way, the knowledge that we have also about divine is very confusing. But this is not knowledge. This is never the knowledge. The idea of knowledge comes to us as if it is a kind of an answer to our inquiries which is rational, which we can understand intelligently through our intelligence. But now this area is beyond intelligence, beyond rationality. Beyond all that is limited is the unlimited area. All such unlimited areas can be only known by experience of your awareness. Now this one should understand is a very delicate thing. How to know something, an experience of our awareness. Not an experience you suddenly see a light, so it's an experience. I mean, you can always see a light. It's so great. The people feel about it that they have seen some light suddenly sparking before them. Nothing so great. There could be some areas from there a sparking can come and maybe it is of no use to you, but just you might feel that you have experienced. So one must know that seeing is not experiencing. For example, a dog sees this instrument. But what does he know about it? He sees it. Awareness, the human awareness, has so many great things about itself compared to the animal awareness. For example, we can say the awareness of beauty, animals don't have. Awareness of cleanliness, animals don't have. Human beings have these built within themselves. They can feel it. They can feel it on their central nervous system. So whatever is your awareness is to be felt on your central nervous system. It's not just an imaginary thing or an intellectual discussion. Yes, I know, I don't. Not that. The knowledge should come to you through your feelings. Like, I can feel this is hot or cold. But a stone will not feel anything. In the same way, the feeling has to come through your central nervous system. That means your awareness itself has to be charged. It has to get a new dimension. Your awareness itself has to get a new dimension. All other experiences has no meaning whatsoever in evolution, if you see. In evolutionary process, it is the awareness that improves, receives better and better dimensions. And these dimensions have reached its maximum at the time when you become a human being, where your awareness is just ready to receive the awareness of the universal being, of the collective being, so that you become the collective being. Now, I would like to tell you about this within ourselves, how we are placed. For every practical purposes, you should not take me for granted. But you should not also deny what I tell you. It's like entering into a new university. We listen to the professor and we try to follow him. Supposing he propounds a hypothesis before you, then you just start judging it. Work it out. If it is true, then you call it a law. In the same way, we should enter into this new understanding by first seeing it, not denying it. Then if it is true, then we have to believe it. There should be no blind faith about Sahaja. Blind faith does not help at all. Neither there should be a denial. And with that cheerful attitude, if you just listen to me as a hypothesis, whatever I'm telling you, you need not accept it as truth just now. But then the time has come for me to prove the truth to you. And the truth can be proved to you. Time has come to prove the existence of God. To prove, not prove that I give you a big lecture or take you to courts or some sort of a thing like that. But how am I going to prove it? On your awareness. It is going to be absolute experience of your awareness that you are going to feel God Almighty. Time has come to prove the scriptures, all the scriptures. The time has come to prove your own connection with God, your own relationship with Him, your own relationship with that primordial being, whether you call it God or anything, it makes no difference to God Himself. Whether you call Him by any name, there is God. And that God is not the way you conceive God. It's not the way you understand God or you know God, but is the God as He is.
Thank you, Shobhana. That was wonderful. Very peaceful and calming. Let us now go into our second meditation and we'll experience our Swadisthana chakra and experiment with it. Are you ready? I'm going to play a sound on the flute and try to make it a straight line, straight as possible. This is how we want our Kundalini energy to be a straight line. We don't want it to be like a snake. If it is a straight line, our attention is way stronger and we can get deeper into the meditation. Let us close our eyes and just listen. I will play the same phrase a few times. See how still are you within. There is no movement of a muscle, no movement of your eyes. Any noise you hear around you doesn't matter at this time. complete stillness. With our right hand, we can again bring our Kundalini from Muladhara Chakra, very slowly, very gentle, on top of our head. We can do that a few times. This supports our Kundalini energy to rise stronger. From Muladhara, very gentle, all the way up on top of our head. And one last time. Our right hand on top of our head. Again, we can check, how am I feeling now? How did I feel before the meditation started? How do I feel now? And remember that feeling. You can take your right hand down. Bring your left hand on top of your head. And check again. Do you feel the cool breeze? You can bring our left hand down. Just for a few more moments, let us keep our complete focus and attention on top of our head, in complete silence and stillness. Whenever you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. To finish our meditation for today, let us rise our Kundalini and take a bandhan together.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. It was really beautiful. What a beautiful state of peace and silence, isn't it? Thank you, Romina. Thank you, Shobhana. And thank you very much, Sylvia, for leading us through this meditations. Um, the program did not end yet and is not going to end very soon because we are waiting for your feedback. And as I always like to mention, it's just a learning session for all of us. We're not only sharing experiences and knowledge, we are also sharing vibrations, and we're helping each other to grow. So please don't be shy. Um, I'm going to take you through the resources before we start the feedback session. As you all know, we have the website freemeditation.com.au, where you can find all the recorded sessions. You can also find all the resources, hands out, and much more, everything to help you and support you in your spiritual growth throughout the course. And we also have the WhatsApp groups. If you haven't joined a group, make sure you do so. We are always available there, and you can reach out to us anytime. Tomorrow we are going to learn about the third energy center, which is the Nabhi chakra at the level of our stomach. And we are also going to foot soak. So don't miss tomorrow's session. And a little announcement for those of you who speak Spanish. We would love to, hear from you as well. So let us know in the chat, and we'll put you in a breakout room with Spanish speakers so you can interact and so you can enjoy the feedback session as well. Now, the feedback is going to be of two different types, and that is here in the main room. Those of you who want to interact, please raise your hand. And we are going to, make sure that we answer your questions and we hear your feedback. And those of you who want to, be put with a mentor, in a breakout room, you can let us know about it in the chat, and we will create these breakout rooms for you where you will get immediate assistance. So those of you who don't want to be in this long queue, you can definitely receive immediate assistance. Let us know in the chat box. But those of you who want and look forward to interacting with us, please stay here in the main room, raise your hand, and we are going to definitely assist you. So let us see. We don't have anyone wanting to share the feedback right now, but I would like to invite our leads for today, Romina and Sylvia and Shobhana as well. They are going to be here. They're looking forward to interacting with everyone. So, good evening to you, Seth. How are you doing today? Seth, can you hear me? I can see you raise your hand, and we would love to hear from you. If you're trying to talk right now, we're not able to hear you.
No, so they should be able to unmute. They will.
Yeah, all of you should be
able to
unmute by now.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. How are you doing, Seth?
I'm great. It wouldn't let me unmute for a second, but we figured it out. I actually have questions for your musicians.
Yeah.
So with the flute player, I noticed that she played the pentatonic scale. In Western sense, it sounds like the pentatonic scale. Is that correct?
I didn't play a particular scale. It is more related to Indian classical music. It's called Rag Durga. It is only using certain notes of the scale, yeah.
That's great, yeah, because in Western music, it's a 5-tone scale that sounds either kind of Oriental or like Native American music. And when you use that, I saw how Western and Indian classical kind of relate. And it was beautiful to hear.
Yeah, it does relate, especially Western classical music relates very much, or also jazz has similarities to Indian classical music, so it's all interconnected. But how did you feel, like, could you feel your Kundalini, like you're getting more silent, more still? That was what we're trying to communicate.
How I felt during the playing?
Yeah.
What you said helped. When you mentioned a straight line, I realized that I do have kind of a wobbly sense inside. And since we were talking about pure attention today, I never thought about paying more attention to the linearness, I guess, if that's, you know, the straight pull, you know, from bottom to top, without it kind of wavering around. Because I do find that mine tends to waver with my attention as well. You know, my attention will, as I'm trying to focus on the center, it can veer off from side to side. So when you mentioned that today, it helps so much. And the way you played those notes, and the way the Indian classical music works, with how it always comes back to the tonic, it always comes back to the first note, I think, of the key or the scale. I don't know what it's called in classical Indian, but it just kept me in the center that way, both musically and spiritually. So thank you.
That's wonderful, yes. But it's totally normal for us also. I mean, we are all humans. We know when our Kundalini is not straight or it is straight, but the more we meditate, the easier it is to keep it straight. So, and that also deepens our whole awareness because we listen to ourselves. So that's what meditation does, that listen to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I also have a question for Shobhana too.
Please go ahead.
Hi.
Thank you. Yeah, hi. Firstly, I want to ask about the tuning of your instrument. Is it actually tuned to what sounds like a major chord? It sounds like all the strings are actually tuned in a chord format to begin with. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the Veena is tuned to G right now. Yeah, so it's kind of a happier note, but it can go anywhere from C to G. So, and there can be some minor notes as well, but this is just tuned to G for today.
Right, in a drone. You just had a drone going on in the same key of G. And I noticed when you veered off to those other notes, you did it in a pattern, almost like, is it built into classical music of Indian to have specific ways to bend around different notes at different times? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so oftentimes Indian instruments like Saraswati played the bansuri and this Veena, they use a raga structure. And actually, there's such a deep connection between ragas and meditation. Different ragas actually connect to different energy centers in our body. And and different ragas on the Veena, sometimes different notes are meant to bend versus others. But there's a very deep connection between the music that we heard and our subtle system. So that's why we play the music, so that it can have an effect on our chakras and our energy centers and helping us bring into balance. And this instrument links very much to our Swadisthana chakra, which is what we are kind of focused on today. So yeah, I was a bit off topic. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, that's great. I think it's all the same topic, because as a musician and a spiritual person, I don't really see a different topic. I actually see them as different leaves on the same tree. And since meditation is so intimately linked with music, I just had to ask. And when it comes to your instrument being so linked to the second one, how is that? How is that found out? What is the science behind it? Is there any way it could be summed up in a few phrases?
Right. Yeah. So each energy center has a certain, vibrational flow, and different instruments kind of connect with that flow of that different energy center, and different notes and ragas all connect as well. So kind of has to do with the vibrational flow and the instrument. There's different instruments for different chakras. Shri Mataji, the founder of Sahaja Yoga, has kind of given some insight to all of us about what those instruments are and what the connections are and how they connect to the vibrations of different chakras. So for example, the heart, the tabla, the drum, if you listen to that, it has like a really strong connection to the heart. The flute that Saraswati played has a strong connection to our Vishuddhi chakra, this throat area, the chakras that we're going to learn about if you continue, as you continue going through the course.
Right, beautiful
That's
explanation,
amazing.
Shobhana. Yes, Seth, did
And
that
Carmen, if you don't mind me,
satisfy your curiosity?
yeah, it actually piques it. It satisfies those questions, but it also piques my curiosity to learn even more.
I know.
But
Well, music is a vast ocean, so you may not find all your answers today for sure, but it's a strong connection between meditation and music, and who knows, maybe in one of the later workshops, in the days to come, we may actually touch this topic as well in details, if it's everyone has the desire, and if it's a collective desire as well, we may do that. But for now, we would also like to focus on all the other participants, and especially on meditation, right? Because this is what we are experiencing right now. Seth, do you have any other question?
oh no, I won't hold anyone back. I just had to ask because I'm a music guy and it's my passion and desire as well as meditation. So I had to, and yes, it was perfectly well answered. Thank you, Carmen, for your time, and thank everyone for being here. This is great. I'm having a lot of fun.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shobhana and Sylvia. All right, let's go ahead with Dinesh. How are you doing tonight, Dinesh?
Yeah, I'm doing very good. As far as meditation goes, I've enjoyed all the days. I've done meditation for the last 6-7 years, different styles. I was advised just to follow Sahaj. Initially, I thought it was like very simple. There's no. So for the 21 days, I'm going to go through this. Like other days today, Romina and Saraswati and Shobhana, whatever they did, it kind of helped me. Now I can feel my Swadisthana quite well. The ice pack, I'm the right-sided person, so ice pack helps me. And I felt the top of my head about here. I feel so. I wouldn't call it vibration or coolness. I call it pulsation.
Mm-hmm.
So it pulses on there in the middle of my palms. It pulsates. Now, sometimes although I'm Indian, I can't sit with my, this pose. So I have to extend my, feet, and the middle of my feet kind of pulsate as well. So those are the feelings of me. One of the other days when I put the ice pack here, afterwards, I did find that when I relax completely and no tension whatsoever, I felt a lot of heat right in the middle here, like as if it was like doing this. And then I felt the Kundalini going, but that was only once. I'm trying to get that feeling again. So, thank you to all of you guys. Saraswati, the tone that you had, I don't know what it was, but it was like straight up from all the way here to here. Shobhana, when you played the Veena, and I think whenever anybody plays the sitar or string instrument, and I'm concentrating, I get like a sound in my right ear as if the water is like passing, and only on my right ear. So I think, I'm not sure, you guys are expert, but maybe there's some blockage there that my Kundalini is trying to unblock. Is that correct?
Yeah, so why don't we request Romina to answer this? I'm happy you shared so much, and I'm happy you're being so sensitive. But let's see what Romina has to say.
All right. I mean, you experience a bunch of things, so let's break it down. First of all, on the pulsation that you're feeling, it's quite interesting that you're feeling on your palms, on your head, on your feet. And exactly on all of those areas, as well as in your subtle system, you could have perceptions as you are having clearly. But what's most interesting is that the last center, right, that it was pulsating, is actually the correlation in the hand is in the center of your hand. So I think that, as well as when you felt the heat, right, in some in a meditation and the Kundalini rising, it's just an indication that it's there. I mean, it's wonderful that you can experience it, because some people can't. And I know that it would be wonderful to feel it every single day, but it happens also to me, you know. Some days I wake up in the morning and I have the best meditation, and I'm like, next day I feel this is going to be exactly like yesterday. I want to achieve the same state. And no, you know, it doesn't happen, because it really has to do with so many things, right? How your day goes, how the state of your chakras is, you know, what's within yourself. So we cannot force that, but definitely the desire is the first step always. You know, if you have a strong desire, you will get there. Now, in regards to this water sound that you feel in your ear, I really have no clue, and I defer to either Saraswati or Shobhana. Do you have any ideas on this?
You know, in the classes, we hear all different things, all different experiences. You know, people hear things or see things sometimes, and sometimes it's just an indication of this energy working on you in different centers. And, you know, sometimes if it's working on a blockage, we might hear something, see something. But the end goal is really to be above the thoughts and be in that state of thoughtless awareness. And so if you feel anything, sometimes it's just a sign that something is happening inside. Your energy is awakening, it's flowing and working on you, you know. But we do hear all sorts of things, like so yeah, I guess as you continue, you might find it might go away, or, you know, yeah, just as you continue, you might find that the sensation changes. Just as we might feel heat, it can change to cool, or we might hear something and then it becomes silent over time. So yeah, just keep meditating and see what happens.
When you
Thank you,
experience,
Shobhana.
one small add. When you
Yes.
experience something like this, is it pleasing to you or is it disturbing to you?
No,
That's how.
the pulsating is always pleasing, and it's always there. And even when I'm watching TV, sometimes it's more, then sometimes it's less. Especially when I put in my hand over here, you know, I 7 times, and then it's there. It's pleasing. The only time
I mean, in relation to your ear, that.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The ear is more like, you know, when you go into the plane and, you know, you get like a blockage kind of thing. It goes good, like that. That's not pleasing. That needs to clear out, because this is completely clear, but this one is like water sound.
Two things. I mean, we are not doctors. Sometimes we have to also go to the doctor and check it out if it is persistent, or if you feel it is something you can clear through the meditation. In your meditation, you can just request your mother energy, your Kundalini energy, to clear that area. So when you meditate, you can keep your hand on the ear and just symbolically remove whatever blockage is there and see if it improves. If this really persists for months and months, then doctor has to check it out, I guess.
Sylvia, this is a very important tip that you just gave us, that we can put our hand on the part of the body where we are troubled and we can give vibrations. Why don't we try it right now?
Oh, sure.
Would you like to lead a short meditation, Sylvia, on this?
Yes. So let us close our eyes. We can take our right hand on the ear, on the right ear. And in our heart, we take the affirmation: Mother, please come to my right ear. I request Mother Kundalini, please come to our right ear. If there's any blockage, please cleanse it. Symbolically, we can just take out whatever is the blockage or negativity. While doing so, we try to keep our attention on top of the head. Without any thought, it is only the hand is moving, but we don't have to think about it. With the affirmation in our heart, Mother Kundalini, please come to my right ear.
Cannot hear Sylvia.
Mother Kundalini, please come to the right ear. Please nourish our right ear. We also can move our hand in a clockwise direction, like we want to catch the negativity and take it out. Then we keep our right hand back on the lap. We can again raise our Kundalini from Muladhara up to Sahasrara a few times, up to on top of our head. And then slowly open our eyes.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. In just a few seconds, we were able to achieve again the peace within, isn't it? So, Sylvia just gave us an insight into a new clearing technique, basically, which is the bandhan, right? But we will learn about it in the next sessions. Thank you very much, Sylvia.
Yeah, I had one final question. Don't want to hog the time, but
Please go
so
ahead.
yeah, so the previous time, well, through my other practices, my reading and everything, I'm very attached to the number 9. So I know, in Sahaj, we do the Bandhan 7 times. Are there any negative effects if I do it 9 times?
The 7
Well,
times are related to our energy centers.
Right.
We have 7 energy centers, and that's how we
Right.
do it 7 times.
Well, I would say, you have to follow also what you feel. I would say you should try to stick to the doing it 7 times, but try doing it 9 times. There are chakras above, the physical system as well. The truth is that, mixing Sahaja Yoga knowledge with other knowledges is never a good idea because you're going to end up confused. So try to stick to it, and experience it by itself. It's hard to get away from conditionings. We are all from somewhere in the world. We're all from, with some kind of background and beliefs and all those things. And that's what I was meaning by certain things need to be put in parentheses, and set aside. Just wait, meditate, clear, and eventually it will come.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you very much. And thank you to all of you for your patience. I can see everyone's hand, so we're going to get there. Let's go ahead with Sharil. Hi. Hi, Sharil. How are you doing? You have to unmute, please.
Yeah, I didn't want to unmute a little bit too soon because I've got a house full of crazy cats, as you could have seen before. And I have to tell you that the every single time that when we play music, my cats come to me. And the one big one, he was just sitting in my lap, and I had my hands on my lap, and he was laying his paw in my hand, and it happens all the time. And yesterday when we were doing the my dog came and she kept laying her head in my lap. So the music to me, it sometimes just brings tears to my eyes because it's just so beautiful, and it has such a beautiful influence on the chakras and the kundalini. I just love it. And I have to tell you that I have changed the music I listen to, not because I'm like, oh, I'm going to listen to that. It's just, something is happening to me. Something is happening to me. And I went to visit my son and grandchildren today, and I had to get back because I needed to rest and be here. But I was listening on Spotify to the crystal bowls and then the Tibetan bowls, and that's all I want to listen to. I don't want to listen to any commercial music at all. It's such a blessing. It's such a wonderful experience that I'm having. So I wanted to thank everyone for that. And Romina, I have to tell you, I loved when you said, put the things in parentheses, because I think with our conditioning and with our super ego, we're always concerned that we're not there. We're always concerned that we're not on top. We're always concerned that we're not doing everything everyone in the chat is saying that they feel. When in reality, I just feel that I just need to be present.
Exactly.
And
this is not a race.
It's not a race. And a friend asked me today, because I told her, I haven't spoken to her in probably 6 months. And I called her and she said, how are you feeling? And I just said, just wonderful. But this call is not about me. I want to know how you are. There's nothing I need to know about myself. So I want to hear about you. And then I told her that I was practicing Sahaja meditation. And she says, oh, are you doing it individually or are you doing it in a group? And I said, collectively, because with that collective participation, we all get that multitude of the energy. And I could see that conditioning even in her. Oh, are you doing it on your own? Are you doing it? And I was just thinking collectively, it's such a blessing. I no longer hope, I no longer wish. I understand that it is true. I don't have to wish, I don't have to hope. It is. And
this is wonderful.
So I just have to tell you thank you. And every day, every evening, I just learn so much. So much. It's like this.
So expressive.
Oh, I get it.
It's
So
wonderful. I mean, sometimes we can also get a little bit, what would you say, overwhelmed with all the information, because it is a lot of information, right? And sometimes we just need to keep it simple, like you said, instead of, worrying about retaining all this tremendous amount of information. It's more about staying in the present. If you are worrying about remembering the affirmations, the chakras, the qualities, and all that, don't. Bring your attention. If you can achieve a moment of silence and a moment of present moment, then you're doing the right thing.
yes, it's just wonderful. And that's what I've realized. I go to the site. I actually, to be honest with you, every morning I go back to the site and I do the meditation that we did the night before.
Wow.
And it's like, oh, I got it. Like I can pronounce words.
That's wonderful. I can see the joy in you. You are like that. Are you always like this? Are you always so joyful?
I'm always animated. My whole life, my kids said, you should be an actress. And I was a
Well, you must be the glue of every circle of people that you have around, because that's contagious.
Well, thank you. That's such a blessed thing that you've said to me. I thank you for that. And I just wanted to go on to each of you. Shobhana, just watching you, not just play your instrument and not just listening, but seeing your face, seeing the love of your music on your face was in your smile. And then you would smile up, and when you would do certain notes and you would smile, and it was just like, oh my gosh, we get to witness this. And Saraswati, when you would do the flute and you said, keep it in a line again, it was just, it calmed me. It made me stay thoughtless, and it calmed me. So I thank you for that. And Kalwati, I love you. I love hearing.
I love you too.
I love hearing you speak. Every time I hear you speak, I am just like, oh, she's back. She's back.
Oh, thank you, Shril. I have to tell you, it is for people like you and it is for seekers like you that we are here every single evening, and we love it.
There are hundreds like me. Trust me.
Absolutely.
They just.
Can I double what she's saying and say that you guys should all come back tomorrow night? That's it.
Oh, yeah. You're just, and I think a lot of people sometimes are afraid, or there's that super ego that doesn't allow them to express themselves. But me, I'm 63 years old. My beauty's gone, and I really don't care. So
your beauty is shining through. Absolutely.
I'm just going to speak my heart, and I teach my grandchildren that, and I teach my daughters that. Just speak your heart.
Absolutely.
So I say to you,
namaste. Thank you so much, Shril. Thank you once again. Wonderful. So I can see that, it's more of, sharing experiences, right? And less questions somehow, which is really great as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I just learn. I really don't need to speak about my experience. I'm just learning. And that's enough for me. Absolutely. So good night. And thank you all. Bless you.
Thank you, Shril. Good night to you as well. Okay. Let's go ahead. Marina, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm fine. I'm more tranquil today. I think it's like the accumulation of various days. I don't know if that word works in English, but I think it does. Today I had a special experience, as I invited my son, almost 12 years old son, to share the meditation. And it was very enthusiastic because he loved the soak part. Oh, that's why ice and all that. So he was really into it. And it was very interesting as at the for the immediately the first experience of raising the energy and making the bandhan. He told me, "Mama, I feel such a fresh energy in my hand," he said. And he didn't know anything about it. He never heard about it. He doesn't even speak English. So it was so beautiful. It was like, oh my God, I really feel this, and it's like fresh. And it was so almost I don't want to say that word, but as if oh my God, it's so direct to him and so pure and like this. And well, I wanted to share this, and I also wanted to ask if there is any specific recommendation for Sahaja Yoga with kids, with youngers.
Yeah, that's such a good question. First of all, I'm so happy you shared this experience with us. And children, they are so innocent, they are so pure, they have the qualities of the first energy center that we talked about yesterday. And that's really amazing. Yeah. And as far as Sahaj Yoga classes or meditations for children, I can see Sylvia, she just raised her hand. Would you like to go ahead?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
With children, it is. I also have a 12-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter. It is the same how we meditate every day. That in the morning they get ready for school, and then before going to school they sit maybe 5 minutes. But so it is the practice that you start. What you build for yourself, you just ask your son to do the same. And then it gets into a routine. It becomes a habit, it gets into a routine. In the evening, we sit together, take the foot soak. And then sometimes in between, when there are some downs or ups, you try to relate it back to the meditation. So the conversation changes also that. You saw, for example, about the energy center, the second one, the Swadisthana, if he has any talents or creative artistic expressions, then you can start learning yourself about that energy center or also share with him. Within us there is this second energy center. It is about creativity. And if you meditate, for example, I'm just giving an example, I don't know, but if he draws, so okay, if you meditate with me every day, then you will draw much better. So it's encouraging to just learn along with you, and that's the best age to start because he has enough understanding. He get to know himself. So if at young age he starts to know who he truly is within, he will become a great personality also. Yeah.
Yes, actually, thank you. Actually, I was translating at the same time to Spanish. And exactly when sorry, Romina spoke about the chakra and its qualities, I was translating to him at the same time. And I remember that today he had his first class of visual arts, so I knew there was some things connecting already. So it was like, oh, interesting. Well, from this year, because this year is starting now here in Chile. So it was really nice. So you can share everything in Sahaja Yoga, or is there something specifics or no? That was also my question. If there is something special, or if I can just share whatever, I mean everything of the practices.
Yeah, you can share everything of the practices with him. He has enough understanding, and it also deepens your relationship with him on a different level.
Yes.
So that you both dive deeper into that spiritual life and that spiritual journey you're going on. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yes.
It's really very inspiring. Yeah, I think Romina wanted to say something.
Yes, I also wanted to share my experience because I also have a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old. And it's quite interesting because, you must have experience. The children nowadays, they go through a lot of challenges at school with their friends. I mean, if your kid is now adapting to a new language, oh my goodness, right? So it's really quite interesting that, for example, eventually we're going to teach you also how to work on the chakras. It's very good that he learns himself how to work on himself and develop that vibrational awareness, right, of the state of his centers of energy. But you can also work on them. And my kids, sometimes they are like, in their teenage world, a little bit overwhelmed, and they're like, "Mom, can you just work on me? Can you, even a massaging physically their chakras, it helps them get balanced. Other than, of course, the fact that you are, having that maternal moment with your child of getting that touch. And yeah, just like Saraswati was saying, it is very important to, if they can come into the same type of routine that you have, maybe children, will not want to stay that long. I mean, sometimes I can meditate for an hour and stay there and then, but my kids are like, okay, 10, 15 minutes and then they go. That's more than enough, because just what you mentioned today, their Kundalini rises way faster than ours because they are in a better state of balance. They are more innocent. That's the point. So you shouldn't worry, if they don't sit there for too long.
Thank you. No, he was thrilled. He was very happy, and usually it's very difficult to put him to sleep. He always tries to go around and all. And well, today he fell asleep by himself when I'm sorry, with the names Saraswati was playing. So it was like, oh my God, that was so nice.
Did he do the foot sock as well?
Yes, with one foot, because he has an injury on the other one. So it was with
sweetheart. One foot. Well, I hope he feels better, and good luck.
It's a process, but it's getting better. Thank you.
Another trick that can count for anyone: if you have troubles falling asleep, you put the ice pack on your right Swadisthana just before sleeping.
Ah, interesting. Because he wanted very much to try the ice. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if this is good for him, because sometimes he has like belly things, not so good digestion. But he wanted so much, and he was like, oh, this is so good. And he was like really, really enjoying it. Really loved it.
Actually, that's a point that I forgot to mention. It's the one thing that is not advisable is to do ice pack after eating. We should let some time pass. That's the only thing, especially in his case, if he has tummy issues. But yeah, maybe before eating or a little bit, I guess 1 hour after eating should be good.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Thank you. That was it. And also to thank the whole group. You're amazing. It's an amazing work you're doing here. What's such a gift, and it's very beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Marina. Such a sweet feedback, isn't it? Wonderful. It really brought a lot of joy to all of us. So let's go ahead. Hello, Vidya. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. First of all, let me thank you all for giving me such a great feeling. Actually, I'm not able to express what I am feeling inside. I don't know how to put it in words, actually. I can feel a journey is happening within. And as this is the day 12, some changes, some transformations I can feel, but I'm not able to put it in a proper way. I can say one thing, like, sometimes we get stressed or we get frustrated or something. So we take a music, or you go for a movie, or you watch a movie, and then you calm down. And later the same thoughts come to your mind. So that's what happened. So this is a great miracle that happened in my life, I must say. Like, if you start activating all your chakras, you sit in a calm place, and this heavenly music daily, you feel like you go to the heaven, real heaven, and it's like a miracle. I don't know, like you feel so the universe is very close to you. You can feel the gods inside you, and it's really like I can't say how it feels inside. And with the Sahaja Yoga, I can say like you will calm down within 20 minutes. You can sit in a place and you start doing all these things. And then for sure that thoughts will not come to you. And the way you say to your mother, Kundalini, to say like, please calm me down, please forgive, that really works. So that is a great thing that is happening to me. And some of my questions and doubts has been answered before when you spoke, when the other people also spoke. And I have few doubts and questions to know if we are, how to make sure that we are doing it in a proper way. Like so you feel the cool breeze sometimes, or the tingling sometimes, or together. And later on, sometimes you feel a little bit disturbed. So you, while you are working or cooking, so like, can you do that together, or you need to go back and sit and then, or then you need to go back to another place and then, because thoughts come, like it comes and goes, and like this is a initial phase. So maybe you people are like experts, you can just easily control it, but for us it is like initial. So how to track your emotions? And I want to know one more thing, like when you're doing this, you, is this a restoration of energy, or like activating what is inside? So when you get little disturbed after 5 hours, will that energy go off?
Very good questions, Vidya. Wonderful. Let's see. It's yeah. Okay. Let's see. Can we request Shobhana to please take this? Everyone else can, of course, and I'm sure everyone else would like to add something, including me.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Of your way, and over time, you just start to your subtle system gives you these indicators of what's the best way to do things. And you just naturally start to know over time, and you develop that self mastery. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the Nabi chakra, and you just start to develop that awareness of what's best for you, whether it's foot soaking at this time, or going back and sitting and meditating again, or just staying in the moment and keeping your attention on your Sahasrara chakra. Over time, you just start to develop. It's not all at once. And it's just enjoying the process. It will happen spontaneously, where you start to know what's best for you. And sometimes as we take this class, we might feel this sense of, oh, I want to know it all. And sometimes it's good just to take it a day at a time. And then I don't know if this answers your question. I know you said, is this a restoration, or is this, so our chakras, naturally have some different vibrational states. Some people you might know naturally are, who don't meditate, have such an open heart or very forgiving. So it has a natural state, but then the Kundalini it nourishes, it provides such love to each of your chakras and does replenish and give you energy. And it's such a loving, sweet power within you. And so it does restore, it does heal. It can heal, like you said. Something that stood out about what you said to me was the emotions. And it can heal how you feel. You said 20 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. It can heal any sort of feeling that might be heavy. It can lighten you up. And most people do, a lot of people do feel that. So it's so nice to hear people sharing. It opens your heart hearing how everyone's, because all of us have also experienced these different things, and sometimes we can forget. So it's so lovely to hear all of these beautiful ways that people are feeling this. It's really amazing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shobhana, ma'am. And I also have one more questions. We do the foot soak. Is it required to do daily before doing the meditation? and the candle and the fire and the candle and the cooling effect methods, do we have to do it daily, or you can plan like you can plan the way you want?
May I take this,
Okay.
Miss?
Yeah.
So I would say that the foot soak definitely is something that you can do on daily basis. I mean, of course, everything has to do with developing the vibrational awareness. Foot soak will never harm you because, you know, it clears the first 3 chakras and, you know, it's fantastic. So do it every day. Some people do it more than once. But when it comes to candling and ice packing, you know, think of it, the ice pack is more for when you are on the right side. So basically when you had a very active day, like if you had a lot of mental activity, physical activity, you know, if you're feeling hot, you know, then you put the ice pack on your liver. On the contrary, the candle, you are going to use it more when you are on the left side. That is when you are more thinking of the past, or you're feeling emotional or sad, you know. So of course, you can use your common sense, but ideally we should use the techniques based on what we can perceive vibrationally.
So when you sit down for meditation, you can first ask, okay, how are my vibrations today? And then you feel sometimes you don't have any sensation, then you say, okay, let me take the foot soak first. Then your energy might start flowing and you feel, all right, I still feel heavy in my right hand. So then, you know, I use the ice pack, it will help me to cool down. And if you put the ice pack within 5 minutes, you will feel, oh, it's become cool. So really use your hand as a guidance that what is best for your own state. And that's why we also will explain when we get to the Nabi chakra and void tomorrow that you're your own teacher. So you teach yourself, you feel yourself that what is good for you, what do you need in that moment.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for the whole
Wonderful
team.
tips. Wonderful tips from our list today. I just wanted to add one little thing, because you asked if this energy restores or if this energy gets restored. So this energy, the Kundalini energy, is always there with you. It will never go away. It will never go less or more, right? It will always be there with you. So what I do when I feel during the day that, you know, my attention is too engrossed into the worldly thing and I'm kind of losing connection with my spirit, what I do then is I don't have to sit again for like a whole meditation, but I just take a moment to close my eyes, take my attention within, and I just remind myself that, you know, I am the spirit, and that within me, you know, this divine energy is there and she's taking care of everything. And then I may also simply, just for a few seconds, right, I may just raise my Kundalini energy and just place my hand on the top of my head, just so I, you know, connect to my Sehasrara, to my last energy center. And it really takes a few seconds, and then you will find yourself in the same state, you know. So whenever you want to feel again, you know, do you want to connect to your inner self, you can just take a few moments, a few seconds, and just do this.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This
Sure.
helps a
Sure.
lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, sure. Wonderful. All right. So we heard some amazing experiences, but I don't want you to think that this feedback session is only about the people who, you know, felt the sensations in their hands and who had these amazing experiences. This feedback is really about all of us here. And, you know, there are, you know, situations in which as a meditator in the beginning you just don't feel the vibrations, or you may not feel these very deep experiences. So at that moment you shouldn't feel bad that everyone else is feeling, I'm not feeling. Not at all. It's a living process. It's really between you and your own motherly energy, and, you know, she takes care of it. And on the contrary, if you felt the peace and the silence within, be very grateful for that, because that's a great gift. You are already in that state, right? So please don't hold back. Don't hold back because of any reason whatsoever, make sure you unmute and share your experience. And who knows, we may meditate again together here, and you may actually feel it today or tomorrow, or whenever you're supposed to feel it. It's just fine.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, thanks a lot, Saraswati ma'am, Shobhana ma'am, and Kalwati ma'am, and Romina ma'am. Thank you so much.
Vidya. All right. Parisa, you've been waiting for quite a long time. How are you doing? We're not able to hear you. No, we're not able to hear you.
Maybe some tech can take her to another room and fix the issue, and then she can come.
Right. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. We're happy to hear you now.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And, you asked for feedback, but you really want to be silent and just listen. It's hard to talk.
Absolutely.
That's the best feedback.
Yeah, that this is space, and the silence that is created, it's so huge and so big. You don't want to come out of it. So I'm not new to Sahaja Yoga. I've got my realization almost 3 years ago, and I have been meditating. But I really want to say that this experience, this 21-day meditation, has really gone my experience, my awareness of my subtle body to a different level. So many things that I've learned. It's like I knew how to, I knew the car, I knew how to open the door, sit on the driver's seat, turn on I knew all the different things, and I was doing it. But now, little by little, day by day, I can feel like I'm a driver. So I connect to the car, I connect to the way it is working in a different level. And the amazing thing is just there is no end to going subtler and deeper. So everything that you know, there's another layer to it. There's another layer to it. And you are creating that space, and that's amazing. It's just a level of work that is being done. I'm speechless. I'm just that's very grateful for this, to be able to connect to everyone and get the chance to have this experience. So that's very, very thankful for that.
Thank you very much, Parisa. Yeah, that's what I feel as well, especially when you're in the MC role, when you feel so silent within, but then you can't indulge into that silent mode, right? But it's really a great joy. It's really amazing. And I could feel, as you were talking, Parisa, I could feel the silence coming more. So this is what it is, just what I just told you in the beginning, that we are actually sharing vibrations with each other, right? I am receiving the silence from you, from your words, Parisa. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go ahead with Victoria. How are you doing, Victoria?
I'm doing, I just am just drinking in everything like a sponge, and all the questions are wonderful, and the music just is the deepest, most beautiful gift every time. I'm so glad that you are weaving that in, and I'm hoping to find music that I can incorporate more. If it's not yours directly, but if it's yours, if there's a link to this music, I would love that.
Yeah, so I'm sure we can share the links to the beautiful music of this beautiful artist in the chat. So you may be able to find it there.
Great. All right. I do have a couple questions. Some of them are quick.
Sure.
With all the movement of my right hand, it seems to be worsening an old injury in my shoulder. And I asked before, and you mentioned that I can do the bandhan just intentionally with intention, I guess. And what I've been doing is I raise it and I just point up and just see the energy going up over my head. And I'm just kind of doing it like this. And I'm hoping that's sort of okay for that it's working.
It's okay. That is okay. You know, on the contrary, this may be a very good exercise for you, you know, which will teach you how to use your attention more. So I guess you're trying to say that you're trying to do it with your attention. You're not doing the full movement, but you're doing just a little bit while your attention is following,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. And don't forget, you can also, you know, direct that vibrations to whatever part of your body is troubled. We will learn about it in the sessions to come for sure, but not to worry about it.
When you were doing the ear one before, I was sending it to my shoulder. So
Oh, wow, good.
but you always have to send with your right hand. Is that right? Send the energy that you're circulating or that you're assisting nourishing with. It goes through the right.
Right. So I would say that, you know, usually when you feel a discomfort in your body, you identify that part of the body with a chakra, right? So for example, if it is, let's say, my chest, right? I may just identify that this is my central heart, and I will place my right hand while my left hand is absorbing the vibrations, right? So, but then if it is it depends basically, you know, you will learn how to, you know, decode all of this, you know, and you will feel very confident to, you know, to give vibrations to your own chakra and organs and parts of the body as well.
So I was just using, I don't know, I was just using my hand and just kind of my right hand, it's my right side. So I was just sort of placing it there awkwardly at the shoulder. Are you saying it's better to find a chakra correlated with the shoulder?
You can do that if you want, but it's perfectly fine. I did it the same. I just placed my hand on my ear and that's what we did. You can do it that way as well. It works perfectly fine.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So as long as I can kind of touch it with the right hand, but I want to keep it to the right hand, right?
Right. Yeah. And
Okay.
as long as your desire is sincere and you just you humbly request this energy to do the job. Absolutely.
Okay, good. That's great. I'm going to be definitely doing that then. And then I wondered, I love the idea everybody's talking about tonight about sharing the meditation with those we love. And my question is, does it need to be shared like in an all or nothing kind of way? I have grown sons and I don't know if they're going to have the attention. They don't live locally to where I am. One's in a different country and the other one's across the United States. But like I could share both of them with the ice pack, you know, and the foot soak. And can I, you know, is that okay to do? Or do I need to put it in the context of everything and explain to them the chakras and, you know, how would I begin sharing if I'm not able to share the whole thing?
Right. That's a very good question. Yeah. So who of our lovely list today would like to answer? I can see Romina raising her hand.
Yes, Saraswati raised her hand too, so we complement each other.
Absolutely.
So Victoria, very nice to see you again. I think it's important that, you know, when you share Sahaj knowledge, the person at least first gets self-realization, because by raising the Kundalini, so imagine the Kundalini is in a dormant state, but after the first meditation, the Kundalini rises. And actually, even before that, I would say the first premise before even sharing this is we have to see if the others actually have the desire to get it, because that's the one thing that we cannot force, you know. I mean, sharing a technique without seeing if the person actually even has the desire, you know, to the meaning that this brings to their life. It just becomes like a mechanical thing. And really, Satya Yoga is not about rituals. You know, there are many practices that have hundreds of rituals, but you cannot force desire. So that is the very first premise, I would say. So if your children have the desire, like in the case of the lady whose 12-year-old was there, he clearly had the desire to do it, right? So he wasn't sure what was going to happen, but then it lit up. So you will see if your kids will have the desire or not when you talk to them. It happened to me. You know, I came to Sahaj with my mother, and then we went home and I shared it with my sister. And I remember she was not interested. 3 years passed by, and only after 3 years, she actually developed that desire. And she developed the desire only when she saw the changes in me. So that was an interesting process.
I think my sons are in their 30s, and I think they both, I would say they have a curiosity, but not necessarily a desire, because for one thing, their lives are so very, very busy. They're both self-employed. And so that's why I was thinking maybe I could show them the ice pack and just that, and maybe that would even grow their curiosity perhaps, or something.
It will not hurt them. I mean, an ice pack really, naturally the organ, the liver, you know, will be benefited from cooling down, but they will not get the spiritual experience of it, because if you actually meditate with an ice pack, then the Kundalini can cross, right, the Swadisthana chakra and go up higher.
That makes sense. Well, I'm hoping I can grow their curiosity, and at some point their lives will allow them to slow down enough to notice that they have more of a desire perhaps than they've been aware of.
You will be the example, you know, of the transformation. And when they see that, they will want it for sure.
Thank you. I look forward to that. I really do. Can you speak more about this? I love that Shri Mataji had this vision of mass realization, and I would love to hear more about this, and especially with how things are on the planet right now. How is the mass realization going, and what's the bigger vision with that?
I think that the Shri Mataji's vision with the mass realization is self-realization is not new. It's not something that Shri Mataji came up with. Self-realization is something that, you know, many thousands of years ago people got to. But what happened is the process of getting self-realization was more of a disciple finding a guru that knew how to raise the Kundalini to get that state. And generally, it was a privilege, you know, for a disciple to find that guru that would accept him, to teach him all the things that were necessary, to do a lot of tapasyas, which are penances and things like that, to get to that level. So a person will have to actually get into a perfect state of balance to get the experience of self-realization. Shri Mataji is very practical, as you have seen her in her talks. She is, and that's what I love about her, you know, she explains things with such simplicity. I guess, you know, she felt that instead of having everybody try to achieve a state of perfection to get self-realization, you know, in which case the experience is even stronger, because the Kundalini rises with a lot of force if you are in that state of perfect balance. Let's do it opposite. Let's give them the state, the self-realization. They will feel some of this energy. And once they feel it, they will believe that it's there. Now, when they believe that it's there, then you work on yourself, you balance yourself more and more, and that experience becomes stronger and stronger with time. So she immersed it. And not only that, she didn't do it one-to-one. She found this method that you are all experiencing in the hundreds, in these sessions, where everybody can have it together, which is, I think it's a wonderful thing. And definitely in these times, I think it's essential, you know, that people, only those that have the desire will actually get their self-realization. But we can only be the instruments, right? For the rest is up to the people to come to us.
This is such a beautiful, beautiful vision that she facilitated it opening to the masses. I really love that. And the way that you have constructed this it's the most nourishing experience to go through it the way you have set this up. And it's just, all the senses get loved, and your care and your knowledge and your commitment to answer all the questions to the end. And it's just a beautiful thing to experience collectively. Thank you so very much.
Victoria, very soon you may sit in our place and do the same because I can see your desire of sharing it with everyone.
It's a living process. You cannot force a flower to give you a fruit. And similarly, with self-realization, you're going to experience the rising of the Kundalini through your desire.
Yep, it's on fire and water, both. It's very present with me, and I already, before I found you, had come to call my relationship with Creator Mother Shakti, because I didn't know how to express it better than that. And I had studied some Kundalini yoga some years ago, and I just felt like that's the way I want to call this creative energy. I want to call her Mother Kundalini, Mother Shakti. And so to find this group and to have this language and to feel that the relationship with the mother that's missing really in the whole world, the way the world has gotten so separated in the states of consciousness, leaving out the feminine, to have that mothering energy so intimately within, to me seems like the perfect medicine for what's missing in the world right now. And I feel it very strongly in my body. So much gratitude. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, Victoria. Thank you. Thank you so much. What you just shared, and your feelings and your the way you perceive the vision of Shri Mataji of having unmasked realization brought this one thing to my attention. And Shri Mataji was asked by her father in her childhood, what do you want? What is your desire? What do you want to achieve? And Shri Mataji said, I want to meet all the seekers of truth. I want to meet all of them. And it's truly amazing because, Shri Mataji traveled all over and she met so many of us. And she is, I believe, because we all absorb she's helping our Kundalini rise, and she's helping with the whole process. And don't we actually feel that we are receiving her love in our heart? So it's really amazing. And also, Victoria, I don't know if you noticed this, but in all the public programs, wherever Shri Mataji had them all over the world, she would always start by, I bow to all the seekers of truth. And she would actually bow to all of us. And that's so touching. It's just amazing, isn't it? So what you just said really brought this to my attention, and it's beautiful to remember it and to share it with all of you. Thank you, Victoria, once again. All right, we have one more question. Hello, Veena. Good evening. You have to unmute.
Yeah, I did. No, I'm just wondering, like I'm listening to this talk, it's really, so the Sahaj means only simple. So that's what she did, because ultimately this knowledge is there for thousands of years. Everybody who come here in a human form, that's a very, very, very divine form we are here. So that's the only form here we can get to our higher self and get the freedom, right? Free from all these desires and everything, and become who we really are, the divine energy consciousness, right? So like that's what she said, that perfection through imperfection, because otherwise Kundalini, it's very, very difficult if you are in a perfect pure state and you rise your Kundalini. So it's best to rise in that way, so that you can slowly get to know yourself and do, because Like there are so many ways we do, like chanting Om, giving water to the sun in the morning, and saying some Gayatri mantras and everything. We are with these these water, air, and earth, and all this. This is our healing elements, right? In our dharma, you might be knowing about all of these. My question is that those who don't do all these things, like, but still that divine consciousness is every one of us, and it is guiding them to doing anything, making the right and wrong like decisions and all their consciousness, their impulsiveness, whatever they are feeling, like their chakras are like functioning, right? But like if they don't do, still that divine energy is there. So somehow they will make the divine energy will guide them to the right way, isn't it? Do you think so?
I totally think so, but I will address your question. I will request Saraswati this time to please answer. It's a beautiful question, Veena ji, absolutely.
I love this. And another thing I want to do before I forget, that after this 21 days, we can have once a week session on all the chakras. So today, suppose you did Swadisthana, then Muladhara, and then Heart Chakra, then Vishuddhi Chakra, then Sastra. So then we can have focus on those chakras. So all the groups, I don't know whether we'll have a group after that or not, whether we'll have a conversations like that or not, because that are very helpful to connect with everyone on energy level, because we all are energy, bundle of energy, nothing else. And if we can lift each other up, that would be great.
Thank you very much for your suggestion, Veena. Well, it looks like there is a very strong collective desire from all of you, the seekers, for something to happen after 21 days. So let's see what will work out,
I think
right?
together we all are better, and I wish we could heal the world. Like we are no one to heal. The divine consciousness is much more higher and powerful than us. And they know, like the Mother Earth knows what is the right and wrong, but still like the way, like, like what I feel bad, it affects us, because it's a domino effect. Whatever is happening in the part of the world, it's energy. Like the kids and like they have no right to kill people, right? Nobody has a right to kill people. That's right, what I feel. Yeah. So together, if we can collectively pray and do anything, it makes difference, right?
Absolutely.
So anyway,
yeah.
My question, yeah.
Your question, your beautiful question. Let's request Saraswati to answer.
So there's one thing which came into my attention, is that one thing the divine has fixed, which is every human being has a free will.
Yeah.
So, and that free will means some people might do wrong against the divine, and some people might do just okay, and some people might be very devoted to the divine. So that free will we all have, and that's which we have to accept also from even our family members. So, but again, what Romina explained before, it's a desire within everyone. Some have a very strong desire to grow spiritually and to go out of the norms, and that, for example, all the thought patterns we have been growing up with, and we're just going in that closed mindset. Or we want to open our mind and then go more a spiritual path. So that's all the free will, which is the guiding factor here. So, but then it happens also to people who have maybe not done so good things, that they reach a point in their life, or what I have observed is throughout the life as a human being, we have to experience every emotion which is there. Emotion of joy, happiness, even grief, any emotion, unspeakable emotions, like what is going on in Ukraine, it is unspeakable. I don't even know how to express it.
Yeah. So it means you mean to say that, like, no matter whatever choices they make, ultimately they would be leading to that path. It may be delayed, but like all those experiences will shape up their destiny, and ultimately they will have a desire to know themselves, right?
Yes.
Because you can't force anybody.
Yeah, maybe not in this life, maybe next life, but
I mean, that we don't know, right? We can't force anybody. That.
We
like, you know what happened?
Anyone,
Like, I'm so happy to be connected. When you talk about spirituality, people have no time for that. They don't mind, come here, let's go to mall. I don't feel like going to mall and watching movies and like cha-cha, like, what are you wearing? I can't do all those things. Like, I'm not born for that.
So
I can talk like this.
I can add here, just to understand the growth of the human being, is they are stuck in that illusion, in that Maya. You must be
And they're
knowing
very
Maya.
unhappy, no matter, right? Whatever they have.
Because it's like a cycle, as if they're in a dark room and they have no way to turn on the light. But they don't know where's the light switch.
And then there's a lot of unnecessary arguments, and also I don't want to spoil my whatever it is.
Sometimes
so automatically it get cut off. I feel bad about it. It's not that I don't want to hang out with them and all. Like that's what I'm saying. Looking at it, since I've been on spirituality path more deeper and deeper. Like I meet a lot of beautiful souls. I have nothing against them, but those who are very close to me. So everybody, I don't know why, like I didn't even impose anything on them. I didn't even talk about it. So still, so that's what it happens, right?
Just open your heart. Just open your heart. And when you meet people who are maybe not open for spirituality, in that moment, you can say a small affirmation in your heart that please let them see the spiritual life. Or it's a simple prayer, and that, again, energy you mentioned, it has a positive effect on them. So that's how I try to lead my life. If I see someone struggling or you cannot really reach that person by talking, is just your prayers or your thoughts still have a lot of power and your love.
I know, like, I don't know, maybe it was a divinely gift to everybody is bestowed upon some unique purpose of life. So whatever, like, I don't know how, like what energy I have, it attracts the people who are special needs. Like for me, they are beautiful creatures. They teach the world what life is. That's what I have no problem connecting with them. It doesn't bother to me at all. So like I know the teachers, they will run away for this. So I told them, had it been your son or your daughter, would you leave it like that? Like what they're doing to you, why you're so anxious and all like that. So like this, they used to think that Veena has a special energy too. Like for me, they were kids like any kids, and they were teaching us how the life is all about it. Like I feel I was very divine, like God gift to me for those kids whom I taught, and if I made a difference in their life or not, but they made a difference in my life. So that's what I do. Like recently I just attracted, like I started in this course, another lady, her daughter has some issues and all, bipolar disorder, whatever it is. She says, you teach. So I was thinking what I can teach. She's so grown up. Like I taught kids like from kindergarten to grade 6, 7 and 8. So I was just saying, I said, no, I showed her like, this is the ways you can do those other. But I was just wondering like why I attract those kind of energies, maybe, I don't know, it's a healing thing or whatever.
So I would just like to add here, Veena, that, your pure desire and your own spiritual caliber can influence others, and, your pure desire can work for others. So we should just be patient with everyone. If today a particular person is not a seeker, we have to respect that. Who knows, tomorrow they may become seekers and they may be better seekers than us. Who knows, right?
Yeah. So no, I'm not bad. I'm very good to them still. I respond to them. I know. I talk to them very nicely.
Right.
But, yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that, the one thing we should really be concerned about is our own meditative state, our own, thoughtless awareness in meditation, and the rest will all happen. It is done. It is done by this divine power.
Totally
all right?
Agree. Yeah. Totally agree.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Great.
So we have one more question. Hello, Ansila. How are you doing?
Hi, good night. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Would you like to give us the pleasure of seeing you?
Yeah, I'm just lying down in the dark. Can you see me?
Oh, we can't, but that's okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
I have a question. Whenever we do the class afterwards and maybe into the next day, I feel a lot of movement in my body, especially my root chakra, but even in my stomach, like on my head. What does that mean? And is it the energy moving, or like, is it a good thing, or?
All right, that's a good question. Okay, Shobhana, would you like to reply?
Sure, I can reply. Yeah. So, yeah, when this energy rises and flows, some people can, I've heard all sorts of things. Some people can feel it for days after and just getting realization, or they can feel it for hours after. Everyone's Kundalini might respond a bit differently to your subtle system. So, if you're feeling it for a while after the next day, maybe this energy is staying within your chakras and working on them. And then the movement piece, it's just another way that your subtle system and your body is maybe showing you that this energy is working on you in some way. It's bringing you into some balance. And if it feels, some people have, we can have all different kinds of physical sensations. So does it feel uncomfortable, or does it feel pleasant, or how does it feel?
No, it feels, it's not bad or good, it's just different because I've never felt like that before. So much energy in my body. The only bad thing was like the past 2 days I noticed I've gotten like sad or worried or angry, and that might just be things clearing out. So I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, we can feel all different feelings sometimes in meditation. Sometimes this energy is just working on us, and we might feel a bit of sadness before it kind of clears, or we might feel some emotions, especially as we sit right before meditation. Sometimes we can feel a lot. As we continue to meditate, sometimes we can grow in a feeling of peace and awareness of ourselves on a deeper level. And so, yeah, it's great that you're here and that we are meditating together. So,
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question, Ansila.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. So I think we all have the desire to go again into the meditative state before we end the session. It was really, really beautiful, and I would like to thank all of you for yet one wonderful session. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the third energy center, the Nabhi Chakra, and we are going to foot soak. So make sure you get everything you need. And before we say goodbye to you, let us again enjoy the meditative state. May I request Romina to please end the session, today's session, with a meditation?
Sure. Let's do a simple silent meditation. Closing our eyes. And just let's place our attention within. Thanking our Kundalini for balancing us, for giving us so much joy, for connecting us all together. Let's place our hand on our heart and say, I am not this body, I am not this mind. I am the spirit. This body and this mind will eventually go away, but the spirit remains forever. It is our enlightened spirit that allows us to feel this joy that we have experienced today. I am the spirit. And slowly we can open our eyes. Thank you very much. Have a very good night.
Thank you very much, Romina. And thank you to all of you. Once again, tomorrow we are going to foot soak again, and we will learn about the third energy center, the Nabhi chakra, and the void area, which is a very important area in our subtle body. I hope all of you enjoyed the session, and see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.